In 2021, for decades after she first slinked onto Los Angeles television in a thrift store coffin, tossing off double entendres between rubber-masked monsters, Cassandrapeterson, as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, returned to the screen. Not for a comeback, but for a coronation. Elvira's 40th anniversary. Very scary, very special. Special. A gloriously self-aware, emotionally rich, camp-soaked celebration that wasn't just about looking back. It was about owning every inch of the path she paved, spikes, sequins, and all. Streaming exclusively on Shudder. The perfect home for horror. S. Most beloved misfit. The special unfolds like a midnight, hosted by your favorite goth aunt. Part retrospective, part roast, part raw, confessional, all wrapped in fishnets and flickering candlelight. Framed as a haunted variety show broadcast from her eternally crumbling mansion. The special sees Elvira introducing 2 restored cult classics, The Ghost of Frankenstein, 1942, and The Strange Case of Dr. RX, 1942. But the real attraction, E.T., the films. It's her. Between bumpers, she lounges on her coffin sofa, now slightly more padded for the joints darling. Martini in hand, reflecting on 40 years of horror hosting, Hollywood hustle, and Halloween hegemony. With cameos from genre royalty like John Waters, who calls her the only woman who made necrophilia look chic, and horror host icons like Joe Bob Briggs and Svengoolie, who toast her as the undisputed queen of the macabre. But this isn't just fan service. Woven between the jokes and jigs are moments of startling vulnerability. Peterson, now 70, opens up about aging in an industry obsessed with youth, about the loneliness of being the only one for so long, about finally coming out in her 2021 memoir and embracing her relationship with Teresa T. Weirson, her partner, her rock, the woman who helped her realize Elvira didn't have to be armor. She could be herself. And that the magic of this special, it doesn't try to modernize Elvira. It doesn't sand down her edges or soften her sarcasm. It lets her be exactly what she's always been. Sharp, sexy, self-deprecating, and savagely funny, while also letting her breathe. She jokes about Botox, I don't need it. Fear keeps my face tight. Mocks her own legacy. They made an action figure of me. It had more joints than my last boyfriend, and even pokes fun at Hollywood's endless attempts to replace her. They searched for the next Elvira. Honey, they're still searching. Bring snacks. The set, a love letter to her 1981 roots. Same spider webs, same dry ice, same DIY charm. But now with HD cameras and a budget that lets her sparkle, literally. The tone, equal parts party and punctuation. A celebration, yes, but also a statement. I'm still here, still relevant. Still the one you want haunting your screen on Halloween. Critics called it heartfelt, hilarious. A masterclass in legacy management. Fans called it everything we needed. And Peterson, she called it the goodbye I never wanted to give, but knew I had to start thinking about. Not a retirement, never that, but a passing of the torch she spent 40 years refusing to let anyone else hold. Because what Elvira's 40th anniversary, very scary, very special. Special proves, more than anything, is that icons don't fade, they evolve. They don't retire, they resonate. And Elvira, she doesn't belong to Hollywood, or Shudder, or even Halloween. She belongs to everyone who ever felt like an outsider, and turned on the TV late at night to find a woman who made weirdness wonderful. So press play, pour a drink, let the dry ice swirl, and when she leans into the camera, raises her glass, and whispers, here's to 40 more, boils and ghouls. Believe her, because the Mistress of the Dark doesn't make promises. She makes legends. And she's not done writing hers yet.